Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. So, episode 10 of Toilet Bound, Hanako-Kun. So I commented on my given reaction for episode 9 that I just did. That in that show, my favorite episodes so far have been the odd number shows, have been episodes 1, 3, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7, and now 9. In this show, in contrast, my favorite episodes have been episodes 2, 4, 6. Episode 8 might be my favorite in the entire season so far. Episode 8 is fantastic. And they've all been even numbers. And here we are with episode 10. So, is the pattern going to continue? I don't know. This show, episode 8 just ramped everything up. The moment that we had Tsukasa come into this, it's like a whole other layer has been added. And it's so sinister because Tsukasa is like so sickly sweet. And it's so obviously fake. Like with Hanako-Kun, he's mischievous. Hanako Yugi Amani, he's a mischievous apparition. He jokes and he's cutesy and he can be scary, but it's all like a front. Like he's actually a really nice person, or he seems to be a nice apparition. Tsukasa does the polar opposite. He seems all sickly sweet, but it's sickly. Like he's not a sweet character at all. And we've seen that with Mitsuba, and we've seen that last episode where he's basically making Sakura, our green-haired girl, kind of do whatever he tells her to. And she doesn't really have a choice. And it seems like she wants to help Yashiro, so I'm wondering if the reason that she even led Yashiro to Tsuchigomori, to the Fifth Wonder, is because she wanted her to help Hanako-Kun. She wants to get out of the situation she's in. We're not really privy onto why Sakura is in the state that she's in with having to help Tsukasa. I'm also really curious because it's been established that Tsukasa grants wishes for dead people, for the dead, and Hanako grants wishes for the living. So why is Sakura dead? Is she an apparition? Because Tsuchigomori makes the comment that, some of your classmates might not be human. So Yashiro thinks that Sakura is just like her, where she's a human that's just bound to this spirit and has to help them. But could Sakura be dead and she just has to help Tsukasa, or she'll end up like Mitsuba and be like a monster? I don't know. And then we have weird Natsuhiko, which she's so weird. Like, Minamoto Ko, I love Ko so much, and Ko is so endearing, and Natsuhiko is kind of like the opposite. He's not really endearing, he's just kind of sleazy, which is hilarious to me that we have such polar opposite situations and opposite characters. It makes this show so much better. So, yeah, we don't really get much insight into what's going to happen this episode. We still haven't seen the flame apparition, one of the wonders. We haven't seen that one yet. I'm pretty sure that last episode, episode 9, that big monkey-looking thing was one of the wonders that had the weird limbo realm. And Yashiro has this key that I thought was going to be like a key to a door for her to get out, but it's not. So I'm curious what that key is for. And I want to know why Tsuchigomori hasn't talked about Tsukasa, because that seems like a very important thing since we've established that Hanako basically killed Tsukasa. So, and I'm thinking now, looking back at everything, that Tsukasa is the one that's been causing all the injuries to Hanako, because it seems like Hanako's always injured all the time. Was Tsukasa like abusing him and hurting him this whole time? I'm thinking we're going to get some answers before the end of the season, but I want to just jump in and see what happens with this episode. I'm so excited, guys. I love this show, and we've got 3 episodes left. I'm going to talk about the poll at the end of this reaction, but thank you guys for watching. We are going to jump in with episode 10 of Toilet Bound Hanako-Kun. We're going to start this sucker in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Well, this has been a development. So, well, so many questions. So, this is interesting because instead of Hanako-Kun coming to the rescue, it's Tsukasa who is showing Yashiro that he's a psychopath, and just basically murdered a wonder in front of her and Mitsuba. And how awful that Mitsuba has to deal with him again. I really, that just makes my stomach churn that he has to deal with him. And so, because Hanako was trying to find a way around getting Yashiro in trouble, and so him and Ko are still stuck in the bathroom trying to figure things out. And Tsukasa's like, no, I'll just show up and just uses force to take out the wonder, or at least to incapacitate them. And so now it's Yashiro and Mitsuba stuck with this creepy brother of Yugi's. That it's so unnerving because you've just seen him like bash a ghost's head in, and then he's like, oh hey, you're alive. Like to Yashiro, like, oh hey, how you doing? And it's like, he's like a grenade. Like you don't know if he's gonna just fly off the handle and try to hurt her. If Hanako finds out that she's stuck in there with him, and Ko finds out too, because Ko has also seen like what Tsukasa can do, oh my gosh. It's such a weird episode. I love the dynamic of Mitsuba and her, like just Daikon Senpai. This is such a, I feel exactly the same way with this episode as I was with episode 3 and the Third Wonder. Like we're getting these numbers tying together. I felt this way during episode 3. Episode 3 felt like a build up and a setup for episode 4, and I loved episode 4. So this may be disproving my even number theory, because I liked this episode. I didn't like it as much as 8, or 6 or 4, but oh my gosh. This is setting up, like, how are they going to do this? How are they going to save Yashiro? Is this how Yashiro is going to find out about Hanako killing Tsukasa, is through Tsukasa? I don't like the fact that she's with him alone. Well, with Mitsuba, but Mitsuba's already been like taken out by this guy, and he doesn't have memories anymore. So, oh my gosh, guys, so much to process. I did go back. I paused, and the original file that I downloaded to watch this, the sound was off. So I stopped and I went and re-downloaded a different version that the sound was much better on. But that version that we just watched didn't have the preview. So I went back and watched the preview from the old file that had the bad sound. And I didn't miss anything. It was just like a little thing about pizza between Hanako. Meanwhile, Hanako and Ko are saying pizza 10 times fast while Tsukasa's killing a wonder. Cool. So I don't think I missed any much, but this is all set up for episode 11. Oh man. And the weird parallels between the doors and the mirrors, which is interesting. And Aoi. So was that Third Wonder, it was Aoi the Third Wonder? Or was the Third Wonder just looking like Aoi to trick Yashiro? Because if that's the case, then Tsukasa just took Aoi out. But I don't know, guys. This episode's left me with so many questions and things to think about and ponder. Hanako is definitely more reserved in this episode, and I'm wondering if since the Mitsuba thing and since he's around Ko, if Hanako's just trying to be more sensitive to the situation. But I'm liking this contrast of Hanako is clearly the more emotional, like emotionally stable, but the more proper emotion, like really takes things to heart. And Tsukasa's like a straight up sociopath, like is emotionally compromised and clearly has some issues that have transferred over into the afterlife with him being an apparition. It's interesting that Sakura and Natsuhiko aren't there either, so I don't know if maybe they can't go there. I don't know. And the hands reminded me the whole episode of like the mouth and the ear that was in the radio room. Like just these extra little apparitions are just weird. But oh man, guys, this was a setup chapter, a setup episode for sure. to see what will happen with episode 11. Oh man, guys. Whew. I enjoyed that. Episode 8 is still my favorite so far of the season, but man, that episode is, it's setting up some stuff, and I'm really excited to see what this dynamic between Yashiro stuck with Tsukasa and Mitsuba is going to be. Man, just when I thought Mitsuba was just out of the picture, like he had such a little resoluted storyline, I'm wondering, it seemed like Hanako exorcised him, so I'm wondering why he's here and doesn't have any memories. Like, is that just what happens? Do the ghosts just get purged of memory and go back to square one and start over? Is that what happened? Oh. Could that be what happened with Hanako? Is that Tsukasa killed him as a ghost? And you just keep on respawning just without your memories? And that's why Hanako doesn't remember? Like what Tsuchigamori was telling him in episode 6? Is that it? They just keep respawning and just redoing things over again because they're ghosts, so they can't die. They just keep coming back until somebody exorcises them. Ooh. I've got so much to think about, guys. So much to think about. Down below, started this with episode 9, but down below is the poll to replace Hanako-Kun, sadly, as well as the poll to replace Given. You can check out those down below. The Hanako-Kun poll is going to be a sports anime one, but you have a choice of adding your own sports anime in, and the Given one is going to be a regular anime that you can add your own in as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching this. Oh man, so good. So many questions, and we have 2 episodes left. Only 2 episodes left. Ugh. The fact that the next episode is a 2-parter makes me wonder what's going to happen with that. It's 2-parters, so that means that the finale is going to be its own thing. Unless there's a part 3. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, guys. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please feel free to comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Please, no spoilers. We've got 2 episodes left. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that jazz. But otherwise, have a safe week. Take care, guys. And I will be back next week with episode 11. Let's just see what happens. Bye.